Most countries try to help the poor by giving them more. Kuan Yew did the opposite. No minimum wage, no unemployment benefits, no free ride. But somehow Singapore became one of the most equal, safest, and wealthiest societies on earth. This is how he did it. When Singapore gained independence in 1965, they had no natural resources, no social safety net, and no time. Kuan Yew knew the West welfare model wouldn't work here. He saw how giving too much too soon weakens the will to rise.
If you don't have that natural zest, a desire to do things for other people, not just for yourself and your family, then you can't be a leader.
In his book From Third World to First, Lee wrote, "The more we took over the responsibilities of the family, the weaker the sense of obligation became. So instead of benefits, he offered opportunity and demanded responsibility. Every citizen was required to save, not spend. The Central Provident Fund, CPF, made this mandatory. No exceptions. This wasn't welfare. This was enforced discipline. The foundation of Singapore's anti-welfare system was the CPF, the Central Provident Fund. Set up in 1955 by the British, Kuan Yew didn't dismantle it. He strengthened it. Every worker had to contribute. Employers too. The money was locked until retirement, housing, or medical use. We must make people save, Lee said. Only then can they own a part of this country. In the West, welfare became a right. In Singapore, it was the opposite. No work, no pay, no entitlement. The harsh realities of life have to be faced. The government cannot carry the people forever. To Lee, welfare was not compassion, it was corrosion. Dependency weakens a nation's will. So instead, he gave people stakes in their homes, their savings, their future. In the 1960s, Singapore's slums were overcrowded, chaotic, and unsanitary. Kuan Yew knew that if people were to feel pride in their country, they needed to own a piece of it. So the Housing Development Board, HDB, became the spearhead of social transformation. But again, it wasn't free. People had to pay using their own CPF savings. No handouts, no renting forever. You want a home? You save. You work. You contribute, Lee said. This created one of the highest home ownership rates in the world, over 90%. And it did something else. It created stability.
Urbanization, urban renewal has brought about a change of not only a style of life, but their livelihood. But there are some protest votes which we cannot satisfy. Those who want extra special treatment. I mean, there are certain policies we're going to stand by.
Lee believed that when people own something, they protect it. He said, give a man a vested interest in the country and he will defend it. Welfare? That breeds resentment and entitlement. But ownership? That breeds responsibility. Minimum wage? Singapore doesn't have one. Kuan Yew believed that forcing employers to pay more didn't create jobs. It destroyed them. We must remain competitive, he said. We must not price ourselves out of the market. In From Third World to First, Lee warned that minimum wages would make low-skilled workers unemployable. Instead of protecting jobs, it would kill them. He studied how Western welfare states operated and failed. He saw what happened when governments promised too much. People worked less, complained more, and demanded even more. So Singapore kept taxes low and expectations high. If you lost your job, you found another. Fast. Because the system was not designed to catch you, it was designed to push you back up. The result? Wages stayed tied to productivity, businesses stayed lean, and most importantly, the poor didn't stay poor. Singapore now has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the world and some of the highest rates of upward mobility. This wasn't welfare, it was fairness. Fairness built on contribution, not comfort. Merit, not mercy. Singapore's model wasn't built on promises. It was built on pressure, on performance. on pride. A society where you save before you spend, where you earn before you receive, where you build before you ask. Was it harsh? Maybe. But it worked, and it made people stronger, not weaker. Kuan Yew never gave Singaporeans what they wanted. He gave them what they needed. And in return, they built something no one believed possible. If you want to be a first world country, act like one, long before you become one. That was the philosophy, that was the formula. Should your country demand more or give more?
In terms of the next generation, in terms of the next 100 years, in terms of eternity, and believe you me, the next 1,000 years, we will be here.